What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on my $1 million challenge. Where I start off with $1. I'm trying to get 1% profit every single day until I get to $1 million. Right now, we're sitting on day 416. We have 2 days to play through to get through today. I'll be going through 2 different days. Right now, we're sitting at $5,505 on day 416. I got a couple things to show you guys. It's gonna be a pretty good episode. This is a perfect scenario, and I'm happy to share this with you guys. It's been a long time since we had one of these types of days. But to get started, we have a couple bonuses to go through. So the first one here is a weekly bonus on the website we use. Is $12.33. So I claim that. And then this was a bonus bet I got on FanDuel. I honestly have no idea where this came from. It was from some sort of like NBA promotion. I must have put some sort of bet in and somehow got $333. No idea. I didn't place any huge bets. It's probably at most like a $10, $15 bet that I did place because that's what the size of my bankroll is. I don't place anything like really big. But we got $333 of bonus bets. So that's going to be important in the next couple minutes here. But yeah, it's pretty huge. For day 416, this is back from March 6th, 2026. We had some sports bets. I have some more too, but this is the first portion of it. I tail volume bets on Instagram, so that's where I get all my sports betting from. He's good at what he does. I just track him and tell him because I'm not good at sports betting. So if you want to follow him, and these are the bets I place based on him, the link to his page is in my Discord server. If you join there, you could get all his bets for free. So yeah, this first bet here, we use a profit boost. Again, he picked these plays. I just tailed him based on my bankroll size, compared to his bankroll size, but I use a profit boost in this first one here, and then I use part of that bonus bet I just showed you. I used $8 of that to place this next bet to get an $18 bet total because the profit boost has a cap at $10. And then we lost this bet on Fanatics. Then for the remainder bets for March 6th, we had this Fanatics bet that I tailed volume bets on, and then the bonus bet. So I had $333. I just showed you I used $8 of the total bonus bets on that previous bet, and then the remaining 300 and I also placed a future for $15 too. Okay, so I placed a $15 future and then an $8 bonus bet on the previous slide I just showed you. So then the remaining $310, I literally just put half of it on the Nuggets and the other half on the Knicks. It was they were playing each other, so I just figured whoever wins, I'm gonna either profit one way or the other. But yeah, the Knicks won, so I cashed out. You don't get the bonus bet back, you just get any winnings. So I got $131 in profit from that bonus bet I got. Again, I don't really know where that came from, but we're gonna take it, and that's some free money right there. So back into our tracking sheet, we had a total of $6.50 in bonuses between all the different casino apps I used throughout the day here. Yeah, I just showed you all our bets. You can see FanDuel went up a lot with that bonus bet I had, massive boost to the balance. And then crypto went down like $70, and the stock market went down, or I guess our stock portfolio went down about $17. So, we went down with the markets, but we had the crazy bets pulled through. So if I just drag down our numbers here to the next day, you can see that we already made our over a 1% profit goal. We had 2.8% in profit on the day. So that's exactly best case scenario, guys. We get some profit from sports betting. I mean, that bonus was a little bit different than usual, but I don't want to have to gamble today. That's always good. So there's no chance of losing gambling today. So moving on to day 417, we had some more sports bets, and again, I tail volume bets. He placed a pretty big bet here on BYU, so that was a very large bet. Not typical to like what he usually does. He usually plays like super small bets. That was like 1% of the bankroll right there, and it won. So that was another big boost, and then a bunch of other wins. You got one loss there. But yeah, overall profitable day sports betting, and we also had that monthly bonus. So I'm gonna add that to our number here. So it's 1233. But taking a quick look, yeah, crypto went down again. It's the weekend, so the stock market, the stock portfolio didn't move at all. And then we had some profit in sports betting. So Our balance on day 417 is sitting at $5,532. So 1% profit goal should be $55. 4% stop loss is $221. And since we already got profit, we only need to get $28 for the day. And I'm going to use that the weekly bonus of $12.33 against this. So we only really need to get like 16 bucks on the website. This is golden, dude. This is exactly what I want to do. Hopefully it's an easy day. All the work was already done with sports betting, and now it's time to just get a little bit of profit in the website. All right, so we're gonna be playing high-low. I have our 4% stop loss. Actually, it should be 221, but hopefully we don't even need all that. I'm not even gonna pull the extra money out. It should be 221. I have 212 in here. We only need 16 bucks. Should be a super easy day, and we're gonna start off on high-low here, and I'm starting off with a $1.50 base bet, and we're just gonna try to get a 3x. It's gonna be the goal, and we can get a 3x in profit. We'll cash out. Then every time we lose, we will look at that 3.77. We cash that out. I should pull up the live stats too here. There we go. Okay, $4 in profit already. Let's go. Let's start cooking. So I usually do a dollar base bet on here. The idea is to increase the bet size by 1.5 every time we lose, and you're always going for that 3x. So when you do win, it's profit. But yeah, I'm increasing the bet size a little bit today because our bankroll is getting bigger. So it's a good thing. So we're up at 225 now. Same thing. Try to go for a 3x. And like I said, man, this is exactly how I want to play the challenge. It should just be like we get most of our profit sports betting through the market, and then we just have to gamble a little bit. Recently, probably for the past like who knows, couple months, I feel like we've been having to gamble and chase losses from sports betting, from the markets, and it's just been pretty stressful. So I'm happy to have hopefully an easy day here. If we bust today, I'm gonna be pretty ticked off, man. This should be such an easy day. Just getting like 16 bucks, and you know, it's being a little bit difficult off rip here, but see what we can do. I think if we get a win here, we should be good for the day, honestly. Let's skip that 8. I'm just going for anything that's like very high chance of being correct. And we lose that. That hurts. All right, I think I'm gonna try this one more time, and then if this doesn't work, going for a 3x, I might try a different game, just because I don't want to like rage bet and lose everything here. Yeah, because if I increase this again, I'll do it one more time. $17 bet. That's pretty crazy. Going for a 3x is pretty high. Dang, dude. Oh my gosh. All right, one more time. This is a $25 bet though. I shouldn't be doing this. Should not be doing this. Higher than a 3, and we lose it. Dude, that's so crazy. I'm gonna go into a different game. All right, never mind. We're gonna stick here. I think what I'm gonna do instead of going for a 3x, because it's being super aggressive for kind of no reason. I'm going to try to get like a 2x here, and that should bring us back to like where we started. I'm gonna skip until we get like a very safe card, hopefully. And that's pretty much a 2x. I'm gonna cash that out. That does not bring us back at all. I don't know why I thought that would bring us back. Let's half the bet here. Let's go for a $15 bet. I'll try to get a 3x. All right, we lose that. Go to 22.50. Lower. Dude, come on now. 33.75. Okay. Let's try to do like one more. I should probably just cash that out, but alright. That's some good profit. Let's bring this back down to like $5. We'll try to go for like 3x. We lose immediately. 750. I don't know why this is so difficult. Usually this is not that bad of a strategy. I mean, 3x is kind of a lot, but we never have this much trouble with it. Alright, there's a 3x. We're gonna cash that out. Back to $3. From here, we need, we'll go with like a $3.50 bet. I think this should get us well over the profit goal. And we lose it right away. Come on, bro. I'm just doing my math here, make sure I'm getting the right bet size. 525. All right, come on. Go higher. All right, we're at 1.5. We need a 3x. We'll go higher than a 4. Higher than a 4 again. We lose it. Unreal, bro. 788. Skip the 8 there. Skip the 8. Go lower. That's a king. Of course. Dude, even on these easy days, it still finds a way to be stressful. I guess going for a 3x is a little bit aggressive. A little bit aggressive. Yeah. So, it's kind of my bad, I guess. But we're locked into this sequence here. Already down 25 bucks. Skip that. We'll go for higher than an ace. Skip the 7. Higher than a 5. Skip a 5. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. Let's go for the 3 here. Oh my gosh. Go for higher than a 3 again. And then let's go for higher than a 4. 3.6x. Let's cash that out. 20 bucks in profit. Dang, bro. That was crazy. That was so stressful for zero reason. Again, maybe the 3x was a little bit more aggressive than I needed to do there, but I was trying to start off on a super small bet size. Either way, we got it done. Got done. $20.90 of profit. We're going to enter that in the sheet, and we'll be done for the day. All right, we got a win. Day 417 was a win. We got 1.09% profit on our bankroll. Super stressful for zero reason, dude. I thought that was gonna be like immediate. I mean, it was a pretty quick day, honestly, but still, some of those bet sizes are getting kind of big. Feels good though to be done with that. We got a nice dub there. We recovered from our loss previously, back from day 413 here. So these days recovered that back up, which is nice. I guess really we didn't profit that much. I gotta back out the bonus there. Because I like to track just gambling. So yeah, we got 20, I think it was $20.90, so that's close enough. We're at $335 in profit total gambling. On the video today, we had $26 in bonuses, and between the 2 days, we went up a total of $60, which, is that right? Yeah, I guess this is where we started the video off. But yeah, since the previous day, we really went up like, since the last episode, $210. So yeah, pretty good increase there. And then something I wanted to mention too, guys, I was thinking about this a lot recently when it comes to the tracking column and our monthly. I know you guys can't see this, but I track the month over month. I know it's super wonky, but I track how much we go up each month, and I always mention that we should be going up 34% a month. About, it's like 35% almost, if you compound the 1% every single day. Now I think that's a little bit unrealistic. I was thinking about this a lot yesterday. So the tracking column, right? Tracking column is if we get 1% profit every single day, that's where we should be. We know that's unrealistic, right? Obviously, we get a ton of losses. It's bound to happen. You're not going to win every single day. We do get a lot of losses, and the tracking column does not factor in any losses at all. It's if you did get the 1% profit every single day. And when I originally started the challenge, the idea was like, you know, if you have $100, right? For example, I started with $1, but I'm just saying, if you have $100 and you're just trying to get $1, it should be really easy, right? Compared to trying to get, you know, $200, like trying to triple your balance or something. and $200 in profit. So the concept was like, all right, let's just get like $1, like 1%, just with $100, super easy. Obviously, this has evolved into a whole different thing. We have a stop loss. We have, sports betting and stuff, and like investments. So there's a lot going on now. The challenge is getting crazy, but the idea was to use this like huge bankroll to get a little profit. And I know right now we do a 4% stop loss. So really we're checking like a 25% return every single day on our playable balance. So that 4%. So it's not quite like getting these little wins. It's a little bit bigger, getting a 25% return than a 1% return, since we're not risking the entire bankroll each day. But my point is, the tracking column is calculating if we get 1% profit consistently every single day without a single loss. And the monthly amount here that I track, that's how much we went up in February. The total bankroll, that's still a crazy increase. A 23% increase in 1 month is crazy. 35% would be if we 1% every single day. It'd be a 35% increase on the bankroll. That's where I should be, right? We have these months here. This is a 15% return. I know this is probably like driving your eyes nuts, but I have to like scroll over a little bit. A 25% return in 1 month, a 41% return in 1 month. So those numbers, like, they're still crazy returns for a month. Like, if you think about investments, getting that return every single month is bananas. So it's still really good. And I think the tracker is a little bit of a high expectation. I know I say I'm like behind the tracker. I'm behind where we should be in the challenge. I say it a lot because I'm not, at this $6,300 mark. I'm at $5,565. But like realistically, dude, we're not behind. We start with $1. We're at $5,565. The tracking column is if we were perfect. I think that's something I haven't really considered. I was thinking about that, and I wanted to like share my thoughts with you guys too, because that is very high expectations to get 1% profit every single day. And we look at this, we've been ahead of it, of course, with bonuses, deposit bonuses, weeklies, monthlies, sign up bonuses, and those sign up bonuses, the deposit matches, all that stuff. It's a lot bigger when the balance is smaller. If we're at like $400 and we get a $400 sign up bonus for a website, you just doubled your balance. Now, if we get a $400 sign up bonus, that's not even 10% of our bankroll. So that's why we were above the tracker in the past, getting these huge increases, even deposit bonuses or deposit matches. On FanDuel, typically it's like $5 or $10, and when we're at $500 and you get a $10 deposit match, well, that's 2% of your bankroll right there. And now our bankroll is a lot bigger now, so getting a $10 deposit match or a $5 deposit match is not even 1%. So those things that's what put us ahead of the tracker in the past. Those are bigger relative to the bankroll, and we don't have any sign up bonuses. Like, I pretty much sign up as much as I could when it comes to these different sports books or casino websites. But that's why we were ahead of the tracker, and I thought it was like really crushing it, which I was. But I just want to kind of ground myself, give you guys my thoughts. I did some little bit of contemplation on the challenge, and I was like, what, we're actually doing really good. I don't want to get caught up in the tracker too much. As long as we're moving in the right direction, that's all that matters. So if we look at our graph down here, we're behind the tracker technically, but that's if we were 100% perfect every single day, which we're not going to be like that. So, being up here compared to being down here is still a crazy win in my book, and I'm happy with that. And, if we're falling behind the tracker, I'm not going to try to like talk about that as much going forward, just because I don't think it's a realistic expectation. So just wanted to say that. Hope that makes some sense. But we're doing really good, is my point. I know sometimes I'm a little bit hard on myself or like on the challenge, but we're falling behind. We're staying stagnant and stuff. As long as we're not tanking downwards, we're doing a good job, and we're going to keep pushing forward. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think that's pretty much it. So, good episode, though. Got some profit. Hopefully, we can get more days like that, man, where it's just like, yeah, we get our profit goal from the markets, we get our profit goal from sports betting, and then we barely have to gamble. That's the dream of this challenge. The gambling should be like the smallest aspect. But when we lose sports betting, the markets are going down, which they have been recently. I've been losing sports betting. Then we have to gamble a lot more, and that creates more risk for getting a losing day. So that's enough talking, though. I could talk for hours, but I hope you guys did enjoy. And Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, join the Discord server if you're already in there. Don't gamble. I know I'm $335 in profit total, but I don't recommend you try this. This is purely just some experiment I'm trying to see if it's possible. Save your money, invest it, do something smart with it. Do not gamble it. But until the next episode, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.